guys, and welcome to this week's studio vlog. So today I've just been working on this illustration and you're probably wondering what it is. Obviously it's going to be a cow. I want to put a new desktop background on my iMac, so I'm currently designing one now with this little cow. And I also want to try out some of Photoshop's new features, and I know they've got this feature where you can kind of make clouds appear, so I'm going to try and test that out and see if I can do that as a background. Maybe it will work, I don't know. I haven't tried it with an illustration, I haven't even tried it with a photo, but that's what I'm going for. You'll see later on what I'm talking about because it probably doesn't really make much sense right now, but when I show it to you, hopefully it will. I also want to try out some new paints I got for free as well. I was gifted some more paints by Chalkola. They sent me a huge pack of watercolors, and then they also sent me some watercolor pens as well, which is really nice of them because they did originally just say, you know, they'd send the watercolors to me, but they did send me both, so I'm going to be trying them out in my sketchbook. And I'm also going to be getting ready for a shop update. I mean, a very small shop update. I've just got the stickers that I made last week, and then also my washi tape as well, which I'm really excited about getting up on my store. So they all need photos taken, and then they need uploading onto my shop. And I haven't really got any other plans for this week, so we'll see how much time up that takes me. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing this week. So the reason I'm making a new desktop background is because I've spent the entire weekend sorting out through all my files. I've got like 4 hard drives, I've got 3 computers, you know, I've got my iMac, I've got a MacBook, and I've got a really old laptop, so I've been sorting through that. I've been updating everything, you know, including my phone and my iPad. So now I've finished doing all that, I want my computer to look nice, and hopefully, you know, I'll keep the files a little bit more organized. I mean, I had a pretty good system going on, but there was a lot of rubbish just floating around on all my devices, so I think in the end I got rid of about a terabyte of data, because there was so much stuff that was duplicated across my MacBook and my iMac from when I was at uni, and I didn't need 2 of everything, I only need 1 of everything. So, you know, I managed to delete a lot of things, which will hopefully make my whole process of like finding things and making my shop stay organized in a digital format will help me with my work. I'm also trying out some new brushes as well in Procreate, sort of. So these are brushes that I used to use in Photoshop, but I finally converted them to use them from Procreate. So it's been a good few years since I've properly used them because I barely touched Photoshop since I got Procreate and my iPad for like digital drawings anyway. So I'm kind of relearning how to use them again. They were my favorite brushes, but I was so disappointed when I couldn't use them anymore. But now I can use them again, so maybe I'll try and see if I'll get into the swing of using them again. Maybe not. I have gotten used to using my other brushes in Procreate, but it's good to give it a try anyway.
Can't stand this place no more, but I'm still here, don't know what for. You know that I've been waiting all night. I can't get used to letting you go. I hope you know that I don't wanna go nowhere, cause I need you in my life. Oh, I need you by my side, yeah. We can go somewhere to be alone on our own. If you want, I can show you just how much I need you in my life. Oh, I need you by my side, yeah. I need you in my life for one night, oh one night. I need you in my life for one night, just one night. dance with me, but I can't feel her melody. You know that she's been drinking all night. I need you in my life for one. 'Cause I need you in my life. Oh, I need you by my side. I need you in my life for one. Yeah, I need you in my life. Oh, I need you by my side. Yeah. I need you in my life for one night. Oh, one night. I need you in my life for one night. Just one night. I need you in my life for one night. One night.
Okay, so this is what the final background looks like. Yeah, I think it's really cute. I like how the clouds, the sky replacement on Photoshop worked, and I think it works well with the illustration, having like, you know, the more realistic stuff and then the illustration in there in the corner of the little cow on a hill. So yesterday I pretty much ended up stopping the vlog after doing that desktop background, though in the evening I did work on doing this little mermaid, or this little bunny, because I haven't really been keeping up that well with mermaid. I'm not doing them every single day like I said last week, but you know, I'm trying to do as many as I can, and so far there's only been 2 and we're already 11 days into the month, so I really need to try and get more mermaids done. Maybe try and aim for 10 throughout the whole month. We'll see if I do keep to that, but for now I am going to be reviewing something. So Chalkola very kindly sent me this huge box of watercolor paints. There's 36 different colors in here, and they were also kind enough to send me this box of watercolor brush pens too, so there's 28 of them in here. So I'm going to be reviewing them for you guys. Chalkola sent me these products to try out. I wasn't paid for anything like that. I've been gifted stuff from Chalkola before and I've really liked them, so you know, I was happy to try out more of their stuff. And I used to use watercolors a lot. I used to use them so much, and it was probably one of my most used medias because it was so easy to transport, because I'd use it at uni all the time, and you know, it was a good easy product to use because you just take, you know, a little selection of watercolors with you in a little tin and you were good to go. So it wasn't like it was too difficult to use or anything, because with a lot of the other stuff I use, like colored pencils and gouache and everything, there's a lot more to take with you. So I used to use watercolors all the time, but then when I left uni I kind of stopped. I started using gouache more and inks a lot more, so I kind of forgot about using watercolor. So I'm really excited to be trying it out again. I just haven't used it that much recently, so I'm excited to see what these are like. I already have had a bit of a sneak peek in these already, so I know that there is a good selection in here. So let's have a look through. So there is this watercolor swatch sheet, which I think is a really good idea, so I'm gonna sit and colour all that in a second. But look how many different colours there are. Look at that, and a whole nother layer as well. And at the bottom here there's like gold metallic, silver metallic, so I think that would be really interesting to see how that comes out. And I've got a huge selection of different shades in every colour. I really like this turquoise blue colour. I think that's going to look really nice on paper. There is some white, which, I mean, you're not going to be able to see that on the swatch sheet, but I'll try it out anyway. Let's see what's in these. I don't think I've looked in here yet. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to get these back in here. Let's take them out anyway. Okay. So they've included a little paintbrush to use with the brush pens as well. Oh, in fact, they give you 2. Oh, yeah, I haven't looked in here yet. And a watercolour pad as well. So I wonder if that comes with it, or includes 2 watercolor. I think, yeah, I think they've actually been kind enough to slip this in there for me. I don't think it actually comes with that in the brush pen, so that was nice of them that they sent me some watercolor paper as well. So instead of painting in my sketchbook, I guess I might as well try this one out. So I think what I'm going to do now is sit down and swatch all of these. So I'm not sure if you can really see it very clearly, but the green is kind of like separating. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I'm putting it on and you can see that it's just not covering the middle bit very well. Put some more on. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Maybe I'll just let it dry and see how it dries, but the other ones have come out really well, but for some reason that green's gone a bit weird. I don't know. I really love the crimson red though. I think that's come out really nicely. So some of the watercolors have kind of come out with some like weird oil on top. So when I've done the swatch, I think that's why it's going a little bit weird. But I think now I've swatched it and hopefully the oil is kind of like out of it, out of the tube. You know, when I come to an actual painting, it won't be an issue. As you can see that like the first few colours came out really well out of the tube, and then these ones here, they had so much oil in them that I had to kind of get more paint out of it to make up for it, because it was all just oil and it wasn't really doing anything because there was no colour in it. Yeah, I do like the colours so far. So let's continue going with this and then we can get to an actual painting.
I need you so. If there's one thing that's for certain, wherever you go, I'm going the same.
I wasn't so sure if you'd be able to tell because of the lighting, but you can actually see it really obviously on my white table, but the paper is a little bit off coloured. It's a little bit lilac-y. So I was actually originally going to keep the background white, but I think I'm actually going to paint it in because it's very obvious that it's not supposed to be like that. I probably wouldn't have done if it was white, but you know, I'm just gonna paint over the entire thing. So I think I'm gonna start by washing over the whole thing in yellow and then working from there. The background is going to be green, but there's going to be like green and pinks in there and a little bit of yellow. So let's get started with this then. Okay, so I'm not really sure how easy you can really tell from just a camera, but this paper just isn't keeping the water and like the watercolor soaked in well. The back of the paper is very wet, which is surprising because you know I didn't put any water on it or anything. So I think I'm gonna switch over to my sketchbook because this paper just doesn't seem to be working. Like, it's good enough, I think, for people who are just starting out with watercolors, but I'm not happy with it. I don't like the color of it. I want it to be white, or at least maybe even have a bit of a creamy yellowy tinge to it. Purple, it's just not gonna work, and the watercolor's just not sitting on this paper very well, and I think I'm just gonna do a much better piece if I do it in my own sketchbook. So I am just gonna go and restart in that, just because you know, I don't want to waste my time doing a piece that I already don't think I'm gonna like. It's a shame, but this just isn't the watercolor paper for me.
Lightning-stricken cactus and it starts to rain. The smell of steamed asphalt scented Novocaine. Nature's brew of all kinds of things. The mountain sunk hills, sky color schemes. Makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life. The simple times in the Arizona thunder. The Arizona thunder tonight. Endless roads to the horizon, past the oasis, it's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars above you, the creature's days to nocturnal days. Makes you forget about all types of things. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life. The simple times in the Arizona thunder. The Arizona thunder tonight. We're almost there, guys. My favorite type of NC is latency. Hazy. You remind me of the Arizona thunder. Satisfy the times and make you wonder about the bigger picture in your life.
So I have finished painting with the watercolors. I've done this little bird. So the watercolors themselves I think are pretty decent. Like, I like the colors and there's a lot of selection to choose from. It's good if you're starting to learn out and practicing because it makes it a lot easier for you. You don't have to mix colors and stuff, you know, you've got everything there that you need. But I'm not someone who uses watercolors a lot nowadays. I use gouache and ink a lot more because I prefer how they work. So maybe it's also me, I'm a bit out of touch with using watercolors. I definitely think I have to use these again. They're good for like sketchbook work and laying out colors quickly and things like that. It's just not something I'd use for like a finished piece that I'd use as a commission or a print or something like that. I have put a link down below in the bio if you want to go and check their website out. I would really recommend the Chalkola paints, and I also used their Chalkola pens once too, and I did enjoy them. But tomorrow I am going to be testing out the watercolor brush pens as well and see how they come out. I've used other watercolor brush pens before, but it's not something I've used regularly, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out. But for now, I'm just gonna tidy this mess up, and you know, I'll get to painting tomorrow because it's already quite late today.
Endless roads to the horizon, past the oasis, it's all behind you. Mirage of agua, the stars above you.
So I think today, instead of going in and using the watercolor pens first thing, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some product photography out of the way. I'm going to take some photos of my new products, the washi tape, and obviously my little Forest Friends sticker sets as well, because I want to get them up on my shop so people can buy them. I also want to kind of play around a bit with the promotion for my washi tapes. So I've already filmed a TikTok which will be used on Instagram Reels as well, of me unboxing the washi tape, but I also want to do a little cute animation of something like popping out of the washi tape, one of the little characters, just to put on Instagram as a cute little way of saying, oh look, my washi tapes are now available. I thought that would be fun, so I'm also going to be doing that today as well. So I'm just going to get started with taking these photos and hopefully they'll come out well, and then we'll get to editing them. So I've imported this little photo of my new washi tape into Procreate, so I'm just going to make a little quick animation of one of my characters just kind of like poking over the hair and moving around a little bit. I think I am going to do the little sloth, Simon the Sloth, as I think he's really sweet. So I'm just going to get on with that now then. This is the finished Instagram post. You can see there I got my little sloth and my little rabbit moving a little bit. I mean, it's not moving a huge amount, but it's there. I don't really have time to spend much more time on this just for an Instagram post, but I think it's cute, and it's a little bit different, and it's to like what I normally post on Instagram, and I kind of want to be more creative with Instagram, so I did this. So I'm going to go and post that onto Instagram now, but I also still need to put all my new products up on my store, and once I've done that I'm going to use those watercolor pens. It is getting quite late already. This animation took me quite a long time. You know, I'm a bit rusty with using Procreate for animation, so I'm kind of getting the hang of it again because it's been a while since I've properly used it. But I definitely think this is something I want to do more with the like little characters hiding in products and stuff like that. I think that's really sweet and really fun. So I want to do that again. I also need to edit the TikTok I made for the washi tape too, but I might do that tomorrow because I'll probably run out of time. So let's just get these products up, this post up, and then we can get to doing some drawing with the new pens. So I was just about to post my new little animation on Instagram promoting my washi tape, but I've just realised I should probably actually put the washi tape up on my website before I promote it on Instagram, so I'm gonna do that now. I'm just getting a bit carried away with getting this animation out there. So my washi tape and little forest animal stickers are now up in my shop, and they're available to buy if you want to. So I'm gonna go and do some doodling in my sketchbook and use some of these watercolor pens, finally.
It's sunny out of most days. You'll never see the sky if you keep looking down. And if you take the wrong way, then maybe you should stay instead of turning around.
So I've got my little water brush ready to do these watercolor paintings, but there are actually two that came with the set. So the one that came, this one, is one with like a pointy tip, and there's also another one with like a flat tip, but there was actually a bit of an issue with opening the other one, this one, and we had to throw the base away. So my dad had a look at it as well, but neither of us could figure out how to open them. We were twisting them, and in the end the pen just kind of snapped in half, so it broke off like there, so you could no longer twist the bit into here. That was a bit annoying. It turns out the threading is actually opposite to what it normally is, so just keep that in mind if you do buy some of these, that you don't want to snap them in half. They are possible to undo, but it's very stiff. We had to use some hot water to do it, and then you twist it the opposite way to what you'd normally twist it, so keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go and pick out some colours and get painting these little cute goats.
Stay looking out the window, and how late do you plan on going? Nowhere, afraid of all the things you don't know. There's so many reasons you should care. Don't stay looking out the window, and how late do you plan on going? Nowhere, afraid of all the things you don't know. There's so many reasons you should. It goes without saying, but you're my best friend, my second earth, with kisses like a song.
So I've finished trying out the Chalkola watercolor pens. I do think they're kind of a lot like all the other watercolor pens I've used, so I think they're pretty decent, to be honest. You know, they're fun to use. They're not something I would use for a commission or anything like that, but they're really good for like messing around with colors and playing around in the sketchbook. It does take a while to kind of get used to them. They're quite difficult to use because you have to layer them, and while I was like drawing with them, I kind of felt like my work was sort of missing some bits at the beginning, but when I started laying down the colours and building on top of it, I really think it did come out really well. And I think you kind of have to experiment how you put the colours down and what works best for you. So if you whether you wet the tip of the marker, whether you use just a whether you put the marker down and then wet it afterwards. It all kind of depends on what you want to do, but I think what I found best was like putting down a rough sketchy base layer of marker with the brush, and then going on top of it again once it's dried with the brush again to add in like darker shades and things. And then I use a little bit of colour pencils as well, just to kind of add a little bit of extra texture and detail to it and things like that. I'm not sure I'm that happy with how the drawings came out, but they're kind of cute, I guess. I think I prefer the sunflower to the little animals, but yeah, I'm not gonna like everything I do. I definitely think I need to get into the swing of using my sketchbook more, which I definitely think I have done. You know, I still do a lot of digital art, and I'm never gonna stop doing digital art, to be honest, but I need to start doing traditional art again, because you know, with digital art, I'm so used to undoing things and moving things around, and that's just not something you can do very easily with traditional art, and you know, like in a sketchbook or whatever. So I need to get used to doing that a little bit more, but that can only come with like time and practice, I guess. So there's going to be a few weird drawings. So I'm going to go and edit that washi tape video, so I am gonna finish this video off here. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below, just letting me know what you've been doing with your week. This video I feel like has kind of been like an in-between filler kind of week. I've done a lot of things, but I don't feel like I've concentrated on doing like one particular project. Like last week I was doing lots of little exciting bits and pieces, but I feel like this week has been a little bit more relaxing, just trying out new art supplies and not really doing anything in particular with much purpose. But that has been good to take a little break, you know, a sort of a break, and do something a little bit different and with no pressure to create anything like actually good, I guess. But next week I have got a few products I want to work on, some new phone cases, some other bits and pieces which I'm excited about because it's something I've never done before, and I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. And I'm really want to see how these turn out, and I really hope you guys will enjoy what they look like. So you will see that next week. But thanks again for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified for when I next upload. Don't forget to check out any of my social media, linked down below in the description. I post different things on there. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on Instagram. I mean, I'm fairly active anyway, and I've been getting a lot better at that, but I'm trying to see if I can post every single day now. Maybe, it might be every other day, but I'm definitely trying to get more stuff on there. I really want to start using Instagram stories a little bit more. Like I do post a bit on there, but not a huge amount. So go give me a follow over there, and hopefully if enough people from here go over to my Instagram, maybe that will encourage me to start making a change over there. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll see you next week. Bye! But you're my best friend.